Have you ever wondered if the buildings around us were truly constructed by modern hands, or if they might be remnants of a forgotten past? In recent years, a startling theory has emerged that challenges our understanding of architectural history. It suggests that many of the grand structures we attribute to relatively recent times may, in fact, be far older than we ever imagined. Picture this. You're walking down a busy city street, surrounded by towering edifices of brick and stone. But what if I told you that beneath your feet lie the true foundations of these buildings, buried by time and circumstance? This isn't just idle speculation. In cities across the world, archaeologists and urban explorers are uncovering evidence that many of our most iconic structures may not have been built from the ground up, but rather uncovered and the concept known as the mud flood theory proposes that a catastrophic event in our distant past buried vast swaths of civilization under layers of sediment. As society rebuilt, they simply cleared out the upper floors of these buried buildings, creating what we now consider to be ground level. It sounds far-fetched, but the evidence is compelling and widespread. Take, for example, the curious case of sunken windows and doors found in buildings worldwide. These architectural anomalies, often attributed to changing street levels or poor urban planning, take on a new significance when viewed through the lens of this theory. Why would builders design windows and doors that open into solid earth? The answer, proponents argue, is that they didn't. These openings were once at ground level, before some cataclysmic event buried them. But it's not just isolated oddities that support this idea, but the uniformity and extent of this phenomenon across diverse locations raise questions. Entire cityscapes seem to tell a story of burial and rediscovery. In many old cities, you can find what appear to be multi-story buildings, with their lower levels completely submerged. The official explanation often involves gradual accumulation of debris over centuries. Perhaps even more intriguing are the discoveries made when we dig deeper. Excavations in ancient cities frequently uncover layers of previous habitation far below the current street level. While archaeologists typically attribute these to natural build-up over time, the mud flood theory suggests a more dramatic explanation, that these layers represent entire lost epochs of human civilization. The implications of this theory are staggering. If true, it would mean that much of what we consider to be architectural achievements of the past few centuries might actually be the work of far more ancient and advanced civilizations. The precision and durability of these structures, often surpassing modern building techniques, lend credence to the idea that they were created by a society with knowledge and capabilities beyond what we typically attribute to our ancestors. Consider the enduring mystery of how ancient builders created structures that have lasted for millennia. While many modern buildings show signs of decay after just a few decades, could it be that we're not rediscovering lost building techniques, but rather uncovering the work of a civilization far more advanced than we've been led to believe? Maps like the infamous Piri Reis chart. This theory doesn't just apply to buildings. All around the world, we find evidence of what might be called buried history, from the sunken statues of Easter Island to the subterranean cities of Cappadocia. Our planet seems to be littered with the remnants of lost civilizations, many of which lie hidden just beneath the surface of our modern world. The mud flood theory also offers a potential explanation for some of history's most perplexing cartographic mysteries, which seems to depict an ice-free Antarctica centuries before its official discovery, might not be products of incredible foresight or luck, but rather remnants of knowledge from a previously advanced global civilization. Of course, this theory is not without its critics. Mainstream historians and archaeologists argue that there are more conventional explanations for many of these phenomena. They point to natural processes of sedimentation, changing urban landscapes, and the gradual accumulation of debris over centuries as more likely causes for buried structures and sunken features. However, proponents of the mud flood theory argue that these explanations fail to account for the global nature of the evidence, the uniformity of the burial in many locations, and the advanced nature of many of the uncovered structures. They suggest that our conventional understanding of history might be far too limited, failing to account for cycles of advanced civilization and catastrophic decline that have shaped our world. As we continue to uncover more evidence of our planet's hidden past, it becomes increasingly clear that the story of human civilization is far more complex and mysterious than we once believed. The buildings we walk past every day might not just be products of recent history, but windows into a forgotten epoch of human achievement. From the grand cathedrals of Europe to the ancient temples of Asia, many of our most iconic structures might be testaments, not to the ingenuity of our recent ancestors, but to the advanced capabilities of a lost civilization. The true extent of this buried history remains unknown, hidden beneath layers of earth and conventional thinking. As we continue to dig deeper, both literally and figuratively, as we move forward, it's crucial that we approach these discoveries with open minds and a willingness to challenge our preconceptions. The truth about our past, and the true origins of the structures we've long admired, may be far more incredible than we ever imagined. The next time you walk down a city street or visit a historic monument, take a moment to consider the possibility that what you're seeing might not be the product of construction, but of discovery. The buildings around us might not just be architectural marvels, but time capsules from a forgotten age, waiting to reveal their secrets to those willing to look beyond the accepted narrative. In the end, the mud flood theory reminds us that the story of human civilization is far from complete. We may find that the truth about our past and the true age and origins of the structures we inhabit is buried just beneath our feet, waiting to be uncovered.